Hey guys. So despite the fact this render's been going for 8 hours, it's still not finished, which is a little bit of an issue. I also don't know why it's taken 8 hours, because last time I rendered this guy it was 3 hours, so something must have happened in the scene I'm not aware of. Because the sampling isn't set crazy high. It is quite high because I wanted a clean image. Well, this will be the last stream of the character. Yes, it will be. At least I really hope it is. But yeah, so I don't know if I'll be able to do the final comp during the stream. If I can't, I'm just going to do it off stream because I'm starting a new character tomorrow. So if it means finishing this like after I've started the character, then so be it. I'll just do it in my free time. I've rendered out the other layers. So I've got a background layer. I've got the vines. I've got test of the vines. Where is it? Fireflies and the foreground elements. So they all rendered pretty quick. This guy is just taking forever. Again, I don't really know why. The sampling is pretty high, but it's not 8 hours for an unfinished image high. I think it's going to take another 2 hours before this is done, to be honest. So I'm going to try to do like a pre-comp. So I'm just going to comp the environment. I'm going to ignore the character. I'm going to have to leave it kind of on the back burner. So I've got it going on most of the CPU cores. Also, my computer thinks it's been on for almost 12 days straight. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a fun one. But hopefully, doing some comp and streaming won't crash this render. Because if it does, then that's going to be really sad. I'll just have to leave it going overnight. Maybe lower the settings a little bit because this is super clean. But I want it to be super clean because it's a 2K by 2K image. It's quite large. But it shouldn't take this long. Yeah, so in terms of the render, yeah, it's super clean. You can actually see the glow, like the fireflies in the eyes. So I will be kind of upsampling that a bit, like not upsampling, but like kind of glowing those a little bit. So I'll use these as a general tracking. You can see reflections of the eyelashes in the eye itself. We've got the caustic's working, the subsurface is working. When you render at full resolution, areas like this one start to work because these were just fuzzy at low res. We can actually see what's going on. We can also see the whiskers now because again, full res. We've got the texturing out Z maps working, so it's looking alright. It's not perfect. There's a few things I want to change, but I refuse to just because I don't want to keep working on the character. Again, like, as I've said many times, I'd rather finish the project than have an unfinished project that's perfect. So I'm just going to get it done. Yeah, we got the leaves. I've lost a leaf. Oh, there it is. Cool. Yeah, so I'm fairly happy with the final asset. There's some things I'll change. Maybe I can do some tricks in comp. It's been a long time since I've done any proper comp, though. Nothing really nice. Thank you, Ian. Glad you like it. But yeah, also the body works better than I expected it to when we upsample. We do see the skin here, but luckily because of where it's positioned, it feels like bounce light from the hair, so I can kind of get away with it. But that is technically the skin of the character. But that's fine. But these clumps are working quite nicely. Really want to change this area. If I made the clumps twice as dense, then that would feel so much better. Maybe I could literally just, once this render's finished, region render with the clumps twice as dense and then just comp that in on top. So I might do that off stream. Just because again, I really don't want to set off another. This will be a 10-hour render by the time it's done. And that's on most of the cores throughout the day. I've left it rendering 14 cores all day. But yeah, so let's get into Natron because I've got the background elements, foreground elements. I don't have a proxy render of the character, so that's a bit of a shame. But let's just see. I've thought of a way I can work around the size limitations in Nuke, so maybe I'll switch to Nuke. But yeah, for now, let's just go in and CG stuff, projects, personal projects, same own study, output, renders, and we got all these guys. So let's just load them in. Apparently, Firefly's EXR is tiny, which is a little bit worrying. Yeah, there we go. And the value is going above 1. That's good. I was really worried that the value would be kind of stuck below 1. Although it is clamped at like 1.25, so we are losing a little bit. 1.125, so we are losing a little bit of range, which is annoying. But it is a full float, so I don't know why that's the issue. Anyway, let's get the other background elements. get the lines, and let's get the foreground elements. So for now, they all have alphas, which is good. So let's just complement merge. Well, this isn't really comping, it's just merging. I just want to get them all in one place first. So let's go A over B. I feel like this has a view transform in it, because this is a lot brighter. Where's the view transform in this guy? Display. Yeah, if I need to, I'll just switch to Nuke. Basically, the limitation that Nuke has is you can't save out an image larger than 1920 by 1080, but this image is a 2048 by 2048, so if I split the image into 4 1K images, I could comp them back together in Natron, so I could do all the work in Nuke and then just comp them in Natron. I don't know if that breaks terms of service. I don't think it does, because it's just I'm just working around the limitation. I'm not doing anything that is banned, I guess. But yeah, let's merge these. I'll figure out the view transform in a second. Cool. And then let's merge you as well. A over B. Cool. Yeah, it's super bright. I could grade it, but it's a view transform issue. It's not. Aha. Right. Okay. So I just need to view it in linear. I guess I'll have to apply a view transform at the end. So let's do A pipes going to the right, or from the right. Let's space them out a little bit as well. Cool. Let's make sure it's all nice and clean. So, what can we do? Oh, we're going to need to space that out way more actually, just because I want to actually comp stuff. Let me just get that process manager up, just so I can see it's still rendering. Every now and then we'll check on the render, but safe to say it's not going to change very much that often. So I'm just going to very closely watch the system monitor, because if it suddenly cuts off from all the cores, it means it's crashed, and I'll just have to save, like, emergency save out the image and then re-render from there. So let's grab this guy, do that, grab you. So for now, let's just do a glow node. Why doesn't that automatically connect? One primo. There we go. Weird how glow is cranking the value in the middle. So I don't want to actually change the value of the glow itself, of the object itself. Maybe more iterations will help. This glow does not work the way you expect it to. The size just stops working after a certain point. But hell, even viewing that, I'll need to pre-mult it again. Pre-mult. Of course it's going to lose its alpha. Do we get an alpha from that? Okay. This is so bright though. Let's merge you back over. Oh, seriously, I can't do anything. Alright, cool. First time using Natron on anything, and it's just like, I'm not sure I like it. Glow only. Why does glow only do nothing? Why does apply an alpha do nothing? That actually makes it darker. Okay. What happens if we stretch it? That's the most horrible looking lens flare type thing I've ever seen. That could be cool though. Obviously not that much. Yeah, that's interesting. We need to do a slight blur. The background is a little bit noisy, so I'm just going to blur that very slightly. So noise there, noise gone. It's much better. Does it affect the look of the image? No, it doesn't. It doesn't affect it at all. It's just enough to get rid of the noise. Also keeps the bokeh, which is nice. Let's put that back in place. So something I really want to do is get like a shadow effect on the like almost as if there's a treetop that's kind of blocking the light for some of the background leaves. I also need to add the pink on here, but we can do that in a second. This is merging super weirdly. But yeah, so we need to generate a gobo for me to blend over. So let's get an image from the internet. Tree tops. Images. Tree canopy. Something like this could be cool. I always find it super interesting how trees kind of grow around each other. It almost like looks like rivers, which is something that's like, it's really cool how that gets echoed. This is quite nice, although I can't really generate an alpha from that very easily. Well, I guess I could. This is nearly white. Let's grab that. No, it's someone's Pinterest. Can I view the image? Aha. Cool. Save image. Just gonna go into textures, utility. Comp. I'm just gonna call this canopy. Cool. Let's check on our render. Yep, still not finished. So let's go to Natron. Build that texture. Textures, utility, comp, canopy. So let's generate a. I need to convert you to linear. Color space. Color lookup. That might do. No, that won't. Source layer on. Oh wait, no, it's just gonna output it. Okay, so that's what that means. Huh. Is it American color or English color? It's English. American color. And to be fair, we don't really need it. Alright, so let's just do a saturation. So that's 0. We could almost keep that as it is, to be honest. So let's do a warp. Warp by intensity. No, I just want to warp it. Grid warp. Basically, the theory is if I had a merge, technically the order doesn't matter on these, but I want it to be B pipe going down the whole way. So, where's the A pipe? There it is. You have to set that to multiply. And you can turn the opacity way down. So obviously I need to massively warp this. Make it way bigger. I also need to reformat it. Let's reformat that. Let's reformat it to square 1K. Let's reformat it by height. Let's do that again. Well, I need to do square 2K, I guess. So it matches. So I need to do like a perspective warp. I'm not entirely sure how to do that in Natron. Let's type perspective. I really wish this was a bigger window. Why is the default too small to fit? Warp. I guess warp by intensity is all I can do. Source. What does that do? Oh, that's a cool noise generator, but that is not helpful to me. Yeah, to be honest, luckily for me, I'm not involved in Natron development in any way. I'm not linked to them in any way, so I can say this. But I'm surprised this is legal. Like, it's just so, like, I don't know this tool. And yeah, you can probably tell because I can't find anything. But so many nodes are the same name. I really would love a warp though. Let me just Google Natron warp. It might be called lattice or something like that. Perspective node. Oh, type perspective. There it is. Also, it turns out you can open multiple of those. Right, so. No, I don't want a mask. Error log. I love how that generates like an infinite. Oh, crashed again. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I don't care. It's clear. Close. It looks like Natron isn't really a great option. Let me try nuke. I can close this guy now. Let's go to nuke. Non-commercial. It just means I have to do some hacky stuff to get out the image resolution that I want. I'm not downscaling this to quarter resolution, just to technically half resolution with a quarter pixels. I refuse to do that. Yeah, so I'm limited to that. that's fine though. So let's go in and grab all the things we need. So actually, let's grab the textures while we're here. So now I'll need that. Cool. And let's go read again. What did I press tab? Read. Then output, renders. Grab all these. I want to view this in no lookup. Merge. And one Shift X. Merge U. Merge B to A. And create one more merge. And grab that. Cool. I much prefer the snapping in this. So much nicer than Natron. I mean, granted, Natron is an open source tool. Right, so let's get that glow in there again. Let's grab this glow. And let's increase the size of that. Yeah, so this glow doesn't. Oh. Don't crash. If this takes down my render, I will be so salty. Alright, there we go. I guess it died. Cool. Let me just limit this, because I don't want this to. Oh Jesus, it's got so many things running. Set affinity. More processors. So that. Right, so it won't destroy my render or my CPU even. Right, okay, so we got that. Tolerance, I guess I'll lower a little bit. So now it only glows the brightest bits. So let's reduce that a little bit. It's better than just glowing the whole thing. It also adds a little bit more tint, which is quite nice. I didn't really think that's how it would work, but apparently it does. Got saturation control as well, that's quite nice. So, size is fine. And we can mix that on and off. How does it affect the alpha? It doesn't affect the alpha. Is the RGBA. Really doesn't do what I expect. I mean, there is an alpha there. Like, the value isn't 0. But it's so close. It's 0.00298 right here. Like, it's so tiny. But if it works, it works. Like, I mean, it does work. Although, I'd really love to be able to stretch it out. So is there a result-only thing? Non-linear. Width channel. Right, so I have to get a channel in there. Ooh, alright, so there we go. So, kind of width channel. Let's try plugging in different. It's not really going to work. I'd need to make a custom thing for that. Can we do a flare instead? Can we get the effect we want with that? Jesus. Hello. That's not what I want. So I'll do like an anamorphic glow. Well, let's try getting that comp in there first. So let's get this guy again. Saturation. Set to 0. Oh, that's mix. Set to 0. Cool. Then we format you to 2K by height. Merge, multiply, merge. Order doesn't matter when you're doing multiply, but I like to warp is not supported in non-commercial. Warp. Grid warp, I guess I could use. Source. Get you. Let's massively reduce the number of how are you? And hello.
Are you grading?
I'm not grading. I'm comping. Where is? If you are curious. If I'm curious, what is that like, sorry? How can I change this? Okay, well, I'm not doing that. So let's do something different. Let's create a cloud noise, it's called in this.
Ian says he has a link to the exponential glue tool.
Exponential global. You can't send links. If you send a link, it gets automatically filtered out. You have to add a space before .com or something to paste the link. Otherwise, it doesn't detect it. I don't want full size. I want square. Can I not change the project's settings? Ideally put the space somewhere where I'd see it, like before the .com, not a random one, otherwise I'll have to search for it. Right, so we've got the noise, which is in 2K, cool, so that's working. Let's change the size of this guy. I think Nuke is crashing. It's not taking my render with it, which is good, but the selection is looking quite nice. Pleasantly surprised by that. I don't know why the background takes so long to render. Like primary visibility should make it super easy to render, but apparently not. So why are you not updating? My Nuke is broken. UI is not actually updating the com. So I guess we just do have to use Natron. That is a shame. Back into Natron. Yeah, it's visible now. It's literally just if you post a clickable link, it won't let it go through, basically. Oh, we're not going to use a canopy because we can't. So let's get the renders. rebuild the comp that we've already done. A layout key. Does L lay it out? It does. That is horrible though. Why did it lay them out so close to each other? They're literally overlapping. So let's turn off. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Where was it again? Where's the color space? I literally just did this. Display. No, no, no. Maybe preferences. No, it wasn't in preferences. I didn't see it there. There we go. Got it. Right, so let's do that glow again. Updating. So what do you do? Let's try that one instead. Window's not responding anymore. What is going on? Let's kill the viewer. Ah, there we go. Let's change the viewer back. Where's you? What on there? Drag him over there, I guess. What is going on? Oh, is this the control? This is the most horrible. Come on, let's let me do a glow. Let's do blue glow instead. Error log. Why is nothing working? Preview split. No, it's too blurry. Oh, does the whole image have to be in? Oh, that'd be annoying. Glow. Start this one again. Render's still going. This is quite interesting. Let's kill that. Kill this. Let's try again. I'm getting really bored of loading in the same images. I'm going to save the comp when I've put in some read notes. So open that. open you, and open you. Merge those, so a merge. I'm not going to care about the order, I'm just going to get them in. I can always just Shift X to get them. Shift X to invert the order. Okay, so it looks like you're in the wrong order. There we go. Again, turn off the view transform. Let's save this comp. Why would it default the computer D drive? Projects, personal work, synchronicity, output, renders. Oh wait, no. Comp. Rowan, feature, comp, 1 below 1, save. So thank you for these pictures. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you enjoy them. You watched a lot of your streams and learned a ton of things about extra. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you've taken stuff away from that. So let's try glow again. Oh yeah, I need to unpremult it, that's what it was. There we go. Cool, so now, it's so chunky. What channel am I doing right now? Why is the RGB suddenly? Why do you keep breaking? Oh, there we go. I think my computer's starting to struggle. So that looks like it's comped really weirdly.
I mean, you're still running.
Yeah, but I've got it running background. Alright, so a few things. Let's grade you. I want the foreground to be a little bit darker. So let's increase the white point. Not that much though, just a little bit. I kind of want the background to be darker as well, so let's grade this. Oh, I also need to add that blur, so let's get rid of the grid. Blur. There we go, get rid of the noise. Since it's out of focus anyway, we can get away with just blurring it. I don't like the way that, oh, let's add the blur to you as well. Again, it's out of focus, just needs to be more subtle on this one. There we go, that'll do. It feels really see-through. And technically it is because it's out of focus, but I need to really organize this. Save that. Right, so Render, how are you doing? Yeah, still going. It is making progress. Actually, you almost see the tip of this guy now. Why are you so slow? It's almost been going for 9 hours now. For some reason, it's taken 3 times longer than every render I've done before it, despite the fact the settings are not even 50% higher, let alone.
Is it just the character render?
Yeah, just the character on his own. It's taken 9 hours so far. Yeah, I don't know why it's taken so long. Something must have happened behind the scenes. I don't know what could have happened. I've not increased the settings that much. I lowered the noise threshold by 0.005, I think. So it's like barely a change, and the max samples is 2048, which is high, but it's a depth of field image with caustics and subsurface. Like I need a lot of samples in some areas. Yeah, so we got that blur on there. Let's add a grade, and then increase the black point just slightly. Actually, that's not how I want to do it. Let's set that back to 0. Let's just do a multiply. Oh, let's do the grade after this merge. We're able to mask this with a noise, but the noise in here is. Let's check this. Where did you go? Let's do some Googling. Neutron, cloud noise node, but it's not called the noise node. I mean, I can try it again, but if I remember correctly, it's not that kind of noise. It's just a random. Yeah, it's a grain noise. Is there a mode specifically for? Oh, that's a bit intense. It's not that. Let's try you. Okay. Apparently you're not it. Noise spread. Let's give that a go. Well, that's interesting. It's like a dithering. And of course it breaks immediately. So. Okay, so don't trust you. Noise. Tried those. SE noise. Aha! SE noise. Okay. So let's multiply it down. Let's multiply up here. Drag you and you. Fine, Jesus. Why won't you attach?
Is it Nick or is it Rowan?
Natron.
Maybe you do a process in between?
Oh, sorry?
Like a process in between?
Well, connecting a merge.
Maybe different?
No, because I've merged. Loads of times.
Oh, weird.
It's just refusing to work. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know what this is coming from, but that's kind of cool. Right, so why are you not merging anymore? Oh, that's why. It is looping into itself for some reason. So, let's try merge. Let's get A over B. Cool. So, it says to multiply. So I'm going to need to contrast this. So let's do a grade and set black point up here somewhere and white point down here somewhere. Let's view that. No, the view values are going way too high. Can I do levels? There is no levels node, apparently. Alright, grade it is. Why are you not working? It's not what I want to happen. It's literally the opposite of what I want to happen. It's kind of interesting in some ways, but it's way too strong. Let's just try doing it by eye. I think it's like a patchier look to it. Let's try playing with this noise. Z slope. What are you? I don't know what you are. Is it changing the noise more at the bottom than the top? FBM, let's try Selma. No, that's not good. Noise, no, that's not what I want. FBM, probably what I'll end up using. Turbulence, it's quite a nice turbulence, but no. Voronoi, definitely not. Unless there's other types of Voronoi that look cool. There are no types of Voronoi that look cool for this. Alright, FBM noise. Let's increase the gain slightly. No, gain needs to go down. Let's try noise size. Cool. Let's make a better room. Delete that for now. What? Is that not a backdrop node? Oh, there it is. Cool. I would have been very upset if it wasn't a backdrop node. Label this BG. You have to finish typing before it puts it. That's quite horrible. I'm quite cool. BG. Fireflies. And foreground. Why did I start typing foreground backdrop? Let's just call that FG. Cool. So, what can we do to make these more interesting? We could get a very mild hue shift on there. Hue correct. Yeah, let me just change everything, please. Okay, I'm gonna change hue. Now let's do a color correct instead. Apparently I don't know how to use it. Why is hue not part of this? Is hue the only thing I can do? Hue Kia is definitely not what I want. I hate the fact I can't scale this up. Yeah, I guess it's hue correct I have to use. So how do I use hue? Hello, man. Right, so green. Ah, there we go. So I have to move it side to side, shift it more into different levels. Alright, that makes sense. So let's just reset you. Hue correct. Let's just grab green. Is up and down saturation? No, up and down. Wait, it's working now? Cool. Let's mask that with the noise that we're using. Just get some subtle hue variation between them all. Let's do a much bigger noise. Great, and do I have a clamp built into this? Clamp black and clamp white. No? Okay, cool. Apparently that's not doing anything. These nodes do not work the way you want them to at all. Why does clamp white get rid of the effect? Let's do a clamp here. That is just the dumbest thing. Okay, so apparently I can't do that. So how do I make this more contrasty? I can increase the gain, I guess, and reduce the number of octaves. Upgrade that. to increase the black point, which does nothing. Can I go on record and say I hate this grade node?
Hmm?
This grade node is the worst thing. Nothing happens when you change the black value. Literally nothing happens when you change black. So I just have to live with this like really half-assed thing that it's doing. Doing that does change the look though. It just adds a little bit of variation to them. Not much, because I can't contrast it, but enough maybe for it to be more interesting. Definitely need to make that background darker.
Kelsey just mails me. There's 1,000 dicks on the ceiling. How many are you choking on? With no context.
What the fuck?
And then I said, at least 4.
Ah.
And I said, I suppose it depends on the height of the ceiling and the size of the penis. And she goes, that was not the answer I hoped for. What answer were you looking for?
Thank you for sharing this story with the internet.
I mean, they've been through many things, including my singing.
Listening to my voice for more than 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
So this was paid.
Add a vignette. Of course you braked. Why do these nodes hate me so much?
I need to be.
It's really cool that there's literally a back button on the nodes.
Really?
That is a nice feature. On each node there's a back button. Right, what is this? Fucking error. Apparently vignette doesn't work. Why does nothing work? Genuinely tempted just to comp it in Critter. Genuinely could do that. Alright, let's build our own vignette, I guess. Let's do a merge multiply and get a roto. So draw. A. Get you.
This is a vine that
Ellipse tool. Put RGB.
I find out what the answer is.
What?
So it's like an old man, they're like, there's 1,000 dicks in the wall, how many are you choking on? He goes, none. And she's like, damn, you're a pro.
That's very funny. I'll give them that.
Oh my god.
Can I grab all of these at the same time? Cannot. Trigger me softly. Let's make a much smaller one. like the weirdest vignette. Like a super uneven vignette. I kind of dig it. It's a shame there's not like a feather thing here, but I just need to make it a lot softer, a lot subtler. Right, so let's change this to 0, and let's grade it with multiply. I wish the characters finished rendering. That would be nice. I don't know if I can save out a temporary EXR without pausing the render, and that terrifies me. If anyone has RenderMan, if you can do a test render and while it's still rendering, save an image, please tell me if it works. Because I cannot. This has been going for 9 hours. If I accidentally kill it by...
Are you going to render it overnight and sleep overnight?
it should be finished within about an hour. No, because it's all like, it's easy pixels to render now. Like, skin is long gone. There's still a lot of fur, but it's mostly background, which to be fair is still for some reason slow. Something's going wrong with the background, which might be why the whole thing is slow. Because it's struggling to render the background. Like, by now it should just be rendering ear tips and just the lower body. But for some reason it's rendered like all this stuff too. The alpha looks really nice though. Also, one thing that's quite funny, there's a hole in the alpha, guys. Right here. There's just a random hole in the alpha channel. So I'm going to have to fix that in the comp. I think that's kind of funny. It's just it's 4 pixels, I think. 4 pixels wide. Yeah, so I have no idea why that's happening. But look forward to this being done. Natron. So let's learn how to do some stuff in Natron while we wait. I guess I won't be finishing this on the stream. I will definitely finish this tonight or tomorrow. I'm not going to stream it if it's not finished. I'll just post it on my social media, I guess. Maybe I'll upload a video of like kind of several renders. It's literally just like going from final comp to final render to grayscale to wireframe. I'll just upload that as a video because rendering a turntable with this guy is a no-go. Maybe a grey turntable without all the shading stuff, but for now it's not really an option to do a full turntable unless I buy like a silly amount of render farm credits, which I'm not in a position to do. Maybe we can find an image of a pink flower and put that over these things. But I want to do a lens flare first. Lens, contact sheet. So apparently that's not going to be a thing. So lens flare isn't an option. So let's do we have chromatic aberration? We do have chromatic aberration. Is it broken? Okay, so we need to crop that. At least it tells us how to fix it now. Crop. And it's cropped it to the image, yeah? Cool, I think that's worked fine. So now let's create a chromatic aberration. This is something I used to overdo massively, so I need to be really careful. And of course it's broken with the same error as the other node. Alright, no, it didn't even give me a readout. Natron. Why are you so shit? Nuke. Why are you so expensive? What?
No, my little friggin' doodle dude got, you know, when I modeled It's like a really quick thing.
Uh-huh.
It's got like 30 something like likes on LinkedIn.
Not bad.
And it started getting loads of people following me. I'm like, I what? Red lipstick on my white Valentino bag?
I can't figure out what causes this to work and then not work. I would love to use Nuke, but for whatever reason that wasn't working. Maybe it's because I'm rendering on so many cores. I might like copy this comp in Nuke after the stream. Depends on when this render finishes, to be honest. I really want to save out a test of this. But at 9 hours a frame, I really can't warrant doing that. I don't have any older frames that I can comp it with either. Well, I have this one. Does it have an alpha? It does have an alpha. Do I have... Right, so that one... I'm going to save this one. File, export file. I'm just going to call this one Rowan creature temp. So we have some denoising to do, guys. Maybe I can save this out. I'm so hesitant to do so. I should just merge this. This is going to look so bad. Read. It's so beautiful. Let's merge that in. Merge B. We got it. Final image done. I just love that. It's so noisy. The problem is the noise. Oh, the chromatic aberration is working overtime right now. It's brighter in the final render because it's more sampled. Or it's got more samples. So I'm not really sure how to tackle that, to be honest. There's not really a huge amount I can see or do. And isn't the lens work? Yeah, I was thinking of doing that, Jacob. I was having issues with Nuke. It wasn't rendering properly. Like for some reason, like the UI just wasn't updating the render. I think it's because I'm rendering on 14 of my cores at the moment, so it's kind of working overtime. And Nuke, because it generates like loads of child processes, I'd have to set every single one of them to like a different core for it to not clash with RenderMan. At least I think that's how it's working. I'm not entirely sure. But it's a bit frustrating though. So I really want to use Nuke. I need to get reflections in the eyes somehow. I should have really rendered a normals pass of the head, but I'm not re-rendering it. Because that would allow me to relight and just add some subtle hints from the glowflies. Or fireflies even. I keep calling them glowflies for some reason. Finish. For now, let's just put a blur over it. And then brighten it. There we go, it's noise free. And then grade. Multiply that up. In fact, I need to gain it up a little bit. I'll offset it up a little bit. So while this is going, I guess I can try cropping it to different resolutions. So let's try We don't see like what aspect ratio works best. I don't know if this will give me I don't know if this will really give me what A4 aspect ratio is. I could calculate it, but don't want to do that. I do think like an A4 thing will work better. It's, like my housemate pointed out to me that it would work a lot better. There's a lot of empty space in this, but at the same time the empty space kind of makes it feel like he's looking into something, whereas the A4 feels like he's kind of cornered. Let's create a reformat instead. That's not what I want. Perfect. Right, so what is the aspect ratio? I'm going to search A4. Let's do 100 dpi in pixels. A4 size, and let's go with 150 dpi. You can go higher than that. I can go to, can't go to 300. That's too high res. So if I do 1240 pixels across, let's just do 1240 by 1754. That did nothing. I can just create a new format. So 1240 by 1754. Name A4 150 dpi. And let's reformat to format. Where's A4? That is a little bit tall. Did I typo? Oh, I did it. God damn it. So A4 150 dpi. Good. So 240 and 1754. Why did that fail so badly? Oh, of course. Step through this, see where it breaks. I've got it cached somewhere, haven't I? There we go. So I can't reformat to it, but I guess I can crop to it. So let's go 0. much I can do in the stream, to be honest. Just gotta wait for this to render. 9 hours, why is this taking so long? I mean, it's a perfectly clean image. Well, it's not even perfectly clean, there's actually noise in there, but... It might just be the aliasing. I think it's just because the background is taking a while, although it is about to reach the sides, which is a nice, which is nice. So it'll speed up. That's OBS, not Natron. I'm gonna try Nuke again. Although, everything I want to work is working, it's just the chromatic aberration. Which actually, is there a God Rays node? God Rays, there is an old trick that I learned from someone who's really good at comp. So if I put a God Rays, that is not what I expected, but I kind of dig it. What are you? What are you and why have you broken already? Things are just getting cached and they're not moving, that's the problem. Come on. Actual node color, don't care about that. Basically, a trick you can do with Nuke is you can set the God Rays node to like scale just the blue layer or just the red layer, and that gives you a chromatic aberration. It's super, well, it's supposed to be super subtle, but obviously this is not. Is there a bokeh node? No, not blur. It is. I'm just testing nodes at the moment. I'm not too worried about it, of course. It doesn't support multi-resolution. Alright, cool. Crop. That doesn't work. Great. I'm going to try it. Export file. Please don't kill the render. Please don't kill the render. Did it kill the render? It did not. Alright, cool. Back into Natron. Get this guy. Reload. Where is it? Where's refresh? There we go. Get rid of the blur, get rid of the grid. At least we're getting a more close to final representation. I think that amount of glow is pretty nice. I just really need to paint reflections onto the eyes and paint just a little hole in the lips as well. How does it look without the crop? What do you guys think? Do you guys prefer with or without the crop? And if I do crop it, do you think I should adjust the vignette to match, or I guess that doesn't make much for much sense photography wise. But do you think it's worth kind of, if I do crop it, just moving the vignette to kind of match the corners, or do you guys think I should just not crop it? I'm wondering what's going on with these guys. Let's move that. Let's save this actually while I go. So, if I remove these background guys, no, they do add something. They're worth keeping. There's just something wrong about them. I should have probably removed the reflection from them. Although it's not that bad there, it's just... If I unpremort it, it's probably going, ugh. Beautiful.
Are you chipping in for shades?
What's that?
Are you chipping in for shades?
I can do. Yeah. Something in my machine. You like the crop? Alright, cool. I'll probably crop it then. For now, let's view this alpha.
Derma sent, well, she notified them and she sent it to her and didn't tell her that she sent it. And she
Oh, really?
opened it because she thought it was the hard drive she'd ordered.
Oh, really?
And she was so confused.
Okay, so with crop. Do you think I should move the crop? That's I guess a different question. It's nice to start seeing final image. I checked the length of this stream series, like, because I've made a playlist now. I'm going to start making playlists of like the series that I make, just so it's easier for people to go through them, if they want to, if they can will themselves to get through that sort of stuff. And so far, the streams for this guy alone, so obviously I've worked on him off stream, but the streams for him so far are 2 days and 15 hours of video.
Hours.
So how many hours is that? 2 days and 15 hours. 48 plus 15. So that's not 53. 63 hours.
63.
Plus today's stream. So probably be like 65 hours. Oh, we're already at 65 hours. Because of the minutes as well.
You're part of Jacob's thing then?
Jacob's thing. What, the slicing up the image?
Yeah, literally we spoke about that this morning.
Yeah. I mentioned it on the stream earlier as well. I think before he got here. The reason just to reiterate for anyone who doesn't know, if they're wondering why I'm not using Nuke, Nuke imposes a image size limit, and there is a potential workaround for that, which is to, as Jacob says, to slice the image and stitch them back together, probably in Natron or Photoshop, or I don't have Photoshop, so I could use Natron or Critter. The problem is that when I was trying to use Nuke earlier in the stream, I was having issues with it wasn't updating. But I changed the UI and the viewport wouldn't update in any way, and it wasn't even a case of moving the viewer. Like nothing updated it. It's just still going. Could I actually add a glow to the final image? So why is this not cropping to the actual image? that.
Oh no, it started again.
What
She
started?
was like, FYI, Becca, do your mic have any food allergies? I was like, squints. Why?
Let's try cropping that again. My crop node broke. Oh.
Ah.
You okay?
She's sent like the SpongeBob gift or something like this. No. Don't you do it.
I feel like if I turn off the glow on these guys.
Maybe it's unrealistic.
Glow's making them too large. Maybe it's just bug wouldn't keep happening. It's a bit much, but update the viewport, come on. Why is it so low res? There we go. So how much is the value inside the eye? Okay. So it is glowing, it's just almost subtle than I want it to be. This is so subtle. Expand ROD. What is ROD? And it's more glowy at least. That's not what I want though. Let's change that input threshold. Save this. So let's find out why this glow is expanding expanding these so much. Oh, that's why it's breaking. So I need to grade it back down. Because the values are going too high, it just can't display them. So you need to multiply it down. Oh, okay. Why do you grade softer on the inside than the outside? That doesn't make sense. Is it higher value on the outside? It is. Why is it higher value on the outside? That'd be why I'm getting so many issues then. Is this high value on the outside? No. Let's turn off on pre-mol. Let's turn off that grade. So I just need to not use the on pre-mol basically. I'm losing the tint though when I add that gain up. There we go. I feel like I've lost something now though, that's the problem. I love how slowly this viewport updates. There we go. It is helping. I just need to increase the size a bit more. Let's go to 20 pixels. I assume it's in pixels. Ooh. Doing the glow only makes them feel really, really wispy. It's kind of interesting. You. That's a bit more interesting. Oh, that's the wrong window. So now that if I'm doing this crop, then one problem I'll get now is I was planning on adding some interesting image by adding pink to like these little flowers up here. So I guess what I can do instead is I can transform, because they're on their own layer, I can transform them over to where I want them to be. So let's create a transform, not transform. Let's move them in the background. There we go, perfect. This is why you split your layers into that's why you separate your layers as much as you can. So I can just move them in place. They're still at the correct distance because I'm just moving them across. So the blur is still correct. And the alpha is still stacked correctly. I want to get an image of a pink flower. So flowers, bush. That might be pretty much perfect. Although it's a bit saturated. I know I can change all that stuff, but I'd rather get a baseline that fits better. These are pretty good. They're a bit clipped, so that's going to be an issue. Rotoring that's going to be a nightmare as well. I could just paint them, so I do need to take this into Critter and do a tiny bit of painting. So I could like comp the reflections into the eyes and that sort of stuff, but I think it'd be easier just to paint it, to be honest. You're still going. Stay strong. Right. Oh, one thing I could do actually. There's the fireflies. Fireflies are here. So let's move. Let's move you down. Give you more room. Actually, no. Let's create another merge, so I can independently control it. Let's merge B. Okay, cool. And then do a transform. Grab U. Get A. Scale. I guess, is a spherical sphereize now I can transform it. I need to set the center to be alright. I need to spherize around here. Come on, you can do it. Let's save a version. Save projects as. Cool. Where's that? That's you. Open recent. Doesn't really feel pretty enough. I think this stuff might genuinely just be easier to paint. I could do a glow on this as well. It's like double glow it up. Yeah, I guess it's not working. Ah, it's worth a try. So it's literally just a case now of waiting for this to render. So I think I'll probably end the stream, to be honest, guys. Just because there's no point me streaming waiting for a render. Ooh, that's not pretty. I have to fix that in comp. Although that might be out of focus anyway. Oh, not out of focus.
What is it?
A hole in the foot. It's just where the fur is inset from the body. I can clone stamp a section, that's fine. But yeah, so I'll probably end the stream here, guys, to be honest, just because I'm not really going to be doing much to the comp, so it's literally just a case of waiting for a render to finish. There's no point having you guys kind of sit around with that. So I'll hopefully be streaming tomorrow. If I don't stream tomorrow, then just assume that I'm working on this thing behind the scenes. And then once this is finished, I'll post like a breakdown video of just like, you know, like the comped version, the rendered version, the progression images maybe, which could be quite cool. And in fact, yeah, it would be like progression images, then through to final render, then final comp, and that could look quite interesting. But yeah, so I hope you guys. Apologies for like the weirdness of this stream, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. We'll be starting on the next series with the FKA Twigs thing on the next stream, which should hopefully be tomorrow. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Bye.